uniform, a choice of two directions. I had no hope, we never follow instinct, we just don't understand a different situation. We've lost your man, my heart's a rebel, your heart's a rebel. You always share affection with everybody else. I think that you should learn to love yourself. The man that you love most, the man that brought you here, he's always in your memory, he's always here. My heart's a rebel. Your heart's a rebel. Your heart's a rebel. My heart's a rebel. Your heart's a rebel.
Hey, welcome to another edition of the Willie Bragg Show. I'm your host, Willie Bragg. Let me adjust the screen right there. Can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Give me an affirmative one way or the other if my voice can be heard here, because a few days ago, my voice couldn't be heard. So I had to go and shut down my video and delete it. And that was most embarrassing. But I'm going to assume that my voice is working. That could be heard. So I hope everybody is doing well today. And before we get started, I will go and share a little bit of humor, and then with a quick announcement, and then get to the quick video at hand, or quick commentary at hand, because I have to go to work in a little bit, so I'm kind of budgeting for time there. So before I do, you can hear me. Thank you, Commissioner Kate. So apparently I am heard. And how are you doing today? It's great seeing you here. And it's great seeing Max Sarjay as well. And I believe Extra Bulla is here. So it looks like we got what we call the usual suspects, and that makes me happy. So welcome everybody. So I guess as I said, we'll start with a little bit of levity, and then a quick announcement, and then to the subject at hand. So we'll start with they're called Travis and Jonathan now, but they started off as Rest State Update. I played them before. I like these guys. We'll play them again. They're funny as hell, so why not? So here we go. And let me find that video. I saw it just a second ago. Where did it go? I saw it. Right here it is.
Bunch of gay people were able. What the hell? I was going to say, well, maybe a lot of people know gay people and don't want to see their marriages put in jeopardy, but a lot of people know a lot of people that's getting hurt right now and don't seem to be doing nothing about it. I know a lot of people that like women and don't want them to have to bleed out in the parking lot, because they can't see a doctor. Hold on. What? You know people who like women? Believe it or not, there's a few out there. In this economy? Yeah. What the hell? I was going to say, well, maybe a lot of people know gay people and don't want to see their marriages put in jeopardy, but a lot of people know a lot of people that's getting hurt right now and don't seem to be doing nothing about it. I know a lot of people that like women and don't want them to have to bleed out in the parking lot, because they can't see a doctor. Hold on. What? You know people who like women? Believe it or not, there's a few out there. In this economy? Yeah.
What? Actually, that's the wrong video. Yeah, it's a similar subject, but it's a wrong video. I believe that's the wrong video. Let's see. I think this is the one. I think this is the one. I am so sorry about that. I think this is the one.
Bunch of gay people were able to get married once they got the rights that everybody else did in this country. That's when trans were invading every damn bathroom stall in this
I couldn't
country.
go to the bathroom for a little while there. It was just it was
Ooh.
full of trans people. You couldn't get in.
They'd be coming up underneath the stalls, banging on the door. You couldn't do nothing. You could not go into a bathroom. That's all over this country. It just happened as soon as you let gay people
Just
get
hanging
married.
out in there. I don't know.
That's what they predicted, I guess. As soon as gay people get married,
It's so
all
funny.
the trans people go to every single bathroom. What the hell? Bunch of gay people were able to get married once they got the right.
Yeah, that was quick. And that's Travis and Jonathan. They're making fun of the anti-trans bigotry about this scourge of trans people in bathrooms. It was never a problem to begin with. It's not a problem currently. It's not going to be a problem. The only people making it a problem are the crazy transphobes, and maybe a few in the progressive movement, what we call TERFs. So it's not an issue. They have a right to exist, and it was never an issue, and it shouldn't be made an issue. So there we have it. A quick announcement: Shanda from Trailer Park Pundit. Apparently, her cancer is returning. Shanda Masta is the host of Trailer Park Pundit. She had cancer last year, seemingly was overcoming it, but it has returned. And she can do what you can do to help her out. And she made her announcement here. She on all the social media, but I got the one from Facebook. This is a proper way to tell cancer to fuck off. Just a quick update. My cancer is back. My last per scan show massive new hotspot, mostly in my lungs, ribs, leg, and liver. I met with my oncologist yesterday. He says my case is very unusual. My cancer isn't acting like the typical XFCLC, of course. So he's referring me to Fred Hutchinson, UW specialist, back to radiation and my pulmonary surgeon. I'm dealing with the worst pain I've ever known in the top of my femur bones and hips. So he's up my pain meds. I swear the amount I'm now taking is insane. We have second line chemo in place. Once the pinpoint was going on into my liver and more radiation to my legs. I knew something has changed. I was hoping I was overdoing it. The rest, I'm not giving up. I'm having a walker to keep the pain in my legs under control. But hey, I've already made it further than 50% of the other diagnosis at the same time myself. I can't believe it's been exactly 1 year since I was blindsided by this evil monster. I'm in much needed so many things now that it's progressing. If you can help out, here's my GoFundMe link. I can't thank you all enough for your love, support, and encouragement. I know I wouldn't have made it this far without it. And usually I put down the link, and of course, right there is the GoFundMe page for Shanda Master. Did it show up? If it didn't show up, I'm going to make it show up. Give me a moment here. All right, give me a moment. Whoops. I'm going to make it show up. Here we go. Here's her page. And as I said, she's, just do what you can to help her out. She's got a great show, Trailer Park Pundit, Beauty and Boomer on the weekends, Saturday evenings. And me and Warren, we talked about her show. And she should have more than subscribers than what she has. They put a lot of quality work into their content. And I don't watch it as often as I should because I work graveyard shift. But I do catch up occasionally and get a chance to watch it whenever I can. But occasionally I will watch it live. And I like Trailer Park Pundit, and I encourage it. And I'm sure everybody here, subscribes and watches and supports her. But if you don't, please do. So anyway, there's that, and we have her in your thoughts, have her in your prayers, we'll have you, and hopefully she can overcome cancer and do what you can to help her out. Since we live in a country where they want to make you suffer even more and kick you while you're down when you're suffering from a thing like cancer, whereas in a normal country it would be free or as low cost as possible, where you won't lose everything you have because cancer comes in rearing its ugly head and making your life miserable. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, the subject at hand. As I said, this is going to be a fairly quick show. One of the quicker shows. Donald Trump. Donald Trump, basically, he campaigned in 2016 and 2020 and 2024 as a different kind of Republican. He was the one that was going to go and put an end to these neocon wars, and we was going to go and put the deep state in, rear them in line, and he was going to go and he was going to have a whole new policy. And it was supposed to be America first. And it was supposed to be a repudiation of this George W. Bush, Dick Cheney style neoconservatism, which the neoconservatism was alive and well before George W. Bush and Dick Cheney, before George W. Bush even became governor of Texas in 1994. It's been around for a long, long, long time, going back to the Trotskyist movement of the 1930s. Not slamming on everybody who's a Trotskyist. I'm just saying that that's kind of where it originated from, the American Trotskyist movement of the 1930s. a part of a faction of it. And it's amazing how that faction evolved from the radical hard left to, from following Leon Trotsky in the 1930s to following Ben Shapiro in 2025. That's where neoconservatism has run its course. And so, again, Donald Trump was supposed to be a repudiation of that worldview. What has happened, though, Donald Trump goes after people that he doesn't like. And so what I think I'll start with the article, and I'll go and give you my take on it after I read this article here. But we all know that Donald Trump has gone after John Bolton, and they're not exactly on each other's Christmas list, shall we say? So this is from CNBC, and it goes like this. It's on the politics section. FBI raids home office of John Bolton, former Trump national security advisor, by Dan Manganin. And this is from a couple of days ago. FBI agent raided the Maryland home of Washington, D.C. office of John Bolton. Bolton is a former national security advisor to President Donald Trump and the subject of the national security investigation in search of classified records. NBC News reported Bolton, a staunch critic of Trump, who recently called him stupid after criticizing the president meeting on the Ukraine war with Russia's leader Vladimir Putin. The raid is retribution, pure and simple, a person close to Bolton said. I'm not going to disagree with that part of it. Yeah, I think it was kind of like a retribution sort of thing. Doesn't alter the fact that John Bolton is a war criminal. I tell people to never forget that he's a war criminal. His mushroom cloud style mustache that he has. FBI agents on Friday morning raided the Maryland home and Washington, D.C. office of John Bolton, former national security advisor to President Donald Trump, a staunch critic of the president. The raids are part of the national security investigation in search of classified records, a person familiar with the matter told NBC. The probe is eyeing on multiple instances of the use of classified documents and leaks to the news media. The investigation began during the Biden administration, but did not go further before President Joe Biden left office in January. The 10 FBI agents were seen exiting Bolton's office on M Street with boxes hand around 1:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A person close to Bolton, told NBC News that they believe that the raids are in response to Bolton's frequent criticisms of the Trump administration, which includes this book, The Room Where It Happened. It's retribution, pure and simple, that person told NBC. Bolton served as Trump's national security advisor from April 2018 through September 2019. An FBI official told NBC on Friday the FBI is conducting a court-authorized activity in the area. There is no threat to public safety. That statement indicates a judge signed a search warrant for Bolton's residence in the Bethesda, just outside of Washington. It was not known if Bolton was at home at the time of the raid there, which began around 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. A woman who appeared to be Bolton's wife was at the residence. He showed up at the home mid-afternoon Friday. Almost half an hour after the raid began, Bolton tweeted about Russia, its war on Ukraine, writing that Trump will continue pushing for meetings on the conflicts because Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize, but I don't see these talks making any progress. FBI Director Kash Patel tweeted, "No one is above the law. FBI agents' missions is at the same time his agents were raiding the Bolton's home." Let's see. Attorney General Pam Bimbo retweeted Patel's tweet, writing, "America's safety isn't negotiable. Justice will be pursued always." And Patel, Deputy Director of the FBI, Dan Bongino, one of the worst people in this country right now, in his own post on Twitter, I would not call it X, I did name the fuck out of Twitter, public corruption will not be tolerated. Trump later told reporters that he did not know about the raid. And we know what a bombastic liar Trump is, but that he expected to be briefed about it later Friday. The president also said that not a fan of John Bolton, no shit, and call him a lowlife. Okay, a stop clock gets the right time twice a day. Lowlife calling somebody else a lowlife. New York Post reported the raid. Patel ordered the investigation into Bolton, according to the Post, which cited the Trump administration official. Trump lashed out against Bolton on August 13th, with his former advisor criticized the president for agreeing on the host of meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska to discuss how to end the Russian war in the Ukraine. Very unfair media is at work on the meeting with Putin, constantly quoting fired losers and really dumb people like John Bolton, who said, even though the meeting is on American soil, Putin has already won. Trump wrote on True Social that day, what's that all about? We're winning on everything. On August 17th, after the meeting with Putin, Trump wrote, "This war can be ended now. But stupid people like Chris Murphy, John Bolton, and others make it harder to do so." Trump canceled Bolton's protective detail from the U.S. Secret Service after he sworn in for the second term in the White House in January. Bolton had been under Secret Service protection because of the plots by Iran to kill him. Trump was previously indicted in federal courts in Florida on charges related to his retention of classified government records at his Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach after leaving the White House in January 2021 with his efforts to thwart their recovery by government officials. Trump said on September 10, 2019, that he had effectively fired Bolton prior to that evening. "I disagree strongly with many of his suggestions, as he did others in the administration," Trump wrote in the tweet that day. "Therefore, I asked John Bolton his resignation, which was given to me this morning. I thank John very much for his service." The Justice Department dropped the case in late 2024, shortly after Trump was elected, because the department policy was against prosecuting sitting presidents. The Justice Department sued Bolton in 2020 in an effort to block the publication of the sales of his book, The Room Where It Happened, which was damning account of his time as the Trump National Security Advisor. The lawsuit was filed during the Trump last year of his first term. A Justice Department lawyer told the judge that year that the book was a flagrant breach of Bolton's agreement not to write about classified matters. The department dropped the lawsuit in June 2021, 5 months after Biden took office. Bolton served as U.S. ambassador in the United Nations during the administration of George W. Bush. Do I think it was politically motivated? We know what a narcissistic asshole that Donald Trump is. Of course it was. It was motivated as hell. I mean, it wouldn't be Trump. It would be uncharacteristic of Trump if he didn't do this shit. And where do I personally stand on this? Well, I'm conflicted because on the one hand, John Bolton is responsible. He's got to account for the expiration of 1 million people in Iraq for a lie. orchestrated mostly by people like Benjamin Netanyahu, who was the foreign minister in Israel after 9/11, who told George W. Bush it would be a great idea to go and invade Iraq. This is why I talk a lot of more shit about George W. Bush than I do Donald Trump. And this is why I get mad at the liberals who goes and sucks George W. Bush's dick now, whereas they thought he was, Satan himself, 20 years ago. They're his buddy now. They're the Democrats. That's their buddy. And the thing about it is that if Donald Trump manages to live, his fat ass don't die of a heart attack or what have you, and if something happens to J.D. Vance, somebody worse than J.D. Vance becomes the Republican nominee, like a Tom Cotton or someone like that, who makes Trump look like AOC in 2018. I'm being hyperbolic to make a point. They're going to find a way to rehabilitate Trump if Ron DeSantis becomes the next president, for example. You'll have AOC, sucking on Donald Trump's tiny pecker. And so, that's what's going to happen. Instead of Michelle Obama giving George W. Bush a hug, it'll be AOC giving Donald Trump a hug. So, and that's what they do. The Democrats always rehabilitate former Republican presidents every time. I don't see where Donald Trump be any different. They'll tell you that they're the devil. They're the worst things that ever happened. And granted, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. What he's doing with the ICE raids and threatening people who criticize them. And I hate corporate media, mainstream media, just as much as the next guy. But this threatening people, that's by taking away their broadcasting license. That's First Amendment violation. Of course, anybody who believes that Trump is in favor of free speech is a fucking idiot. Suffice to say, what do I stand on it? I'm conflicted because on the one hand, you go after your political enemies. That's a bad precedent. That's not good because, if by some weird set of circumstances, Gavin Newsom becomes the next president, what if they see? I mean, I don't think he would do it, and I wouldn't want him to do it. But what if he set up FEMA camps for mega activists, influencers, radio talk show hosts, people who are at Fox and Newsmax and OAN, and put them in FEMA camps? They're going to be screaming bloody murder. But somehow, if Trump manages to take people from MSNBC and people from Pod Save America, which I think he'll go after first, then he'll go after your TYTs and your David Packmans and your Sam Cedars, and then they'll go after your Jimmy Dores and your Gray Zones and your Glenn Greenwalds, and then all of a sudden, they'll go after their due dissidents and RBN and all the rest. So where does it end? So that's the situation we're at right now. And so and I do think that we are sliding toward fascism. Donald Trump just didn't come in there and introduce the Fascism Act of 2025. And here we are, fascists. It's been happening for a long time. Democrats and Republicans alike, and their little culture war bullshit, has been introducing legislation and going with this pissing contest back and forth. And and trying to outdo each other, and occasionally when they go bipartisan, is in a way that fucks people over. It's no wonder we're in the situation we're in. And never forget, when you hear all these people say, Hillary Clinton was right about everything, I want to give a big old fat middle finger up their nostril because, I mean, it was just kind of like, Hillary Clinton's right about everything. Was she right to urge Donald Trump to run for president in 2016? This is what we're talking about. Was she right in 2008? Whatever you think of Obama, was she right to create the conspiracy theory, the false conspiracy theory that he's a secret Muslim born in Kenya trying to destroy Western civilization, which turned out to be untrue? Was she right about that? So, I mean, Hillary Clinton was not right about anything. I wish the liberals would just make her go away. Go away, Hillary. Go away. I want Donald Trump to go away. I want Hillary Clinton to go away. I'm sick of these people gracing my computer screen every fucking day, several times a day. Whether I want them on my computer screen or not, whether I want them on the TV screen or not, they're just there. Or what if I listen to the radio? Any news on the radio, they're there. Go away, please. My gosh. Anyway, I have to go. I have to go to work real quick. I should be back on Wednesday doing a normal show once again. So I want to say thank you all for being here. Acknowledge everybody here. Kamishwari Kate, PAHX Cisco, Chuck, Intergalactic UFO Show, Extra Bula. We have, hold on. Okay, hold on. We have, and that's pretty much the crew here. So, yeah, and all the other folks there that's been here so far and will be here after I log off. Thank you for showing up this evening. And if you like what you heard, please press like and comment. Comment any ways you disagree with what I have to say. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it because we're, in fact, the muckrakers of our time. Remember to reject corporate media. Subscribe to the Willie Bragg Show. And, of course, remember to free and pardon Ed Snowden, which is exactly what John Bolton would not ever want us to do. Free Palestine, free healthcare for all, protect the First Amendment, free speech for all, and fuck John Bolton. Thank you all. I am out of here. I will see you soon. Good night.